In a forgotten corner of Iran, a small village was being battered under the unrelenting gaze of the sun. The cracked earth, the desiccated crops, and the village well run dry were all symbols of the people's despair. Desperate faces crowd around the desiccated well. Samiyar, a determined teenager among them, held an old map he had received from the village elder. The old man with a dignified voice said, "There is no hope except beyond the mountains. Follow the Simorgh." Arya set out on a mission to save them that would require both bravery and smart. His road took him into the forest of shadows, where he was enshrined in a halo of fog and fear. Gnarled trees grasped at the sky, and shining eyes watched him from the dark. Samiyar lit a torch, dispersing the shimmering light of those shady creatures. But the forest wasn't going to let her go easily. A dark creature rushed her. With her alertness and the torch flame, Samiyar reached safety. Her path became increasingly treacherous by the second until she came upon a river of molten fire. It was too hot, and there was a ruined stone bridge over the river. Samiyar, using her resourcefulness, constructed a rudimentary bridge of vines and stones, but halfway across the fragile bridge, it broke. In a last-ditch jump, he made it to the other side and held her breath with a bump in her chest, relieved. At last, Samiyar ascended the stony way to the mountain's summit. There, a giant stone beast lay asleep, its chest full of glowing lines. The monster stirred, roaring with fury as Samiyar drew nearer. But then she registered the glowing lines across its chest were a rill. He used his wit and the map's directions to crack the puzzle. The beast lulled and let him through. Everybody on the mountain was terrified when they saw the clouds of gold covering the sky and the Simorghs coming down from the sky. Its shimmering feathers glimmered like the sunlight on water. Samiyar sank to his knees before it and recounted the misery of those in the village. The Simorgh say in a low but firm voice, "Miracles do not wield true power. True power lies in the hearts of your people." The Simorgh gave him one shining feather and sent him home. Samiyar came back to the village with a mission. He gathered people and shared what he learned from Simorgh. Working together, they started digging new wells, irrigating fields, and planting crops. The land began to awaken slowly, green shoots breaking through dry ground. Samiyar worked tirelessly to transform the village, which was then flourishing. The Simorgh feather glowed gently as it rested in the center of the village square in order to remind the people of their inner strength. Around the feather, children played, their laughter filling the warm evening air. Samiyar smiled and looked at them with pride and peace in her heart. I hope you enjoyed this story, and like Samiyar, you know that with effort you can achieve anything you want. And please follow us to encourage us to produce more animation like this.